According to riseofthevegan.com, veganism is projected to be the highest food trend in 2018. There has been a 600% increase of vegans in the United States. The trend has also been prominent in the African American community as well. Digging deeper into the subject, I found some interesting statistics about African Americans becoming vegan. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for most races in the United States. According to QualityHealth.com, fried chicken, steak, pizza, pasta, and more are some foods linked directly to heart disease. These foods are known to play a huge role in the African American diet, or soul food. Experts say the main reason African Americans are starting to go vegan are because of the celebrities that they follow.
The movie What the Health, it really circulated in the African American community, and people saw the increased risk of diabetes, heart disease with non-plant-based, heavy meat and heavy processed diet. I think a few African American stars have gone and athletes have gone vegan, several football players, Serena Williams, and I think that's made more people go vegan.
I think the trend is to go plant-based, because with plant-based, they're trending towards a healthier eating style, and they don't have to give up other things ethically. So there are people that are on plant-based diets, but they don't have to give up their leather shoes or their leather sofa. Veganism is a whole different philosophy. That's a following of almost a religious status. So people that are vegans are typically the people that are ethical vegans that don't want to harm animals and that believe in animal rights, and ahisma, which is not to harm the soul of an animal. So I needed to explain that first. So the reason why people of color, African Americans, are trending towards a plant-based diet, because they're seeing it mostly on social media, such as Facebook and Instagram, and they see that their celebrity icons are turning towards veganism, like Neo. He's doing this, or Neo, he's doing this, and Beyonce did this 21-day vegan diet, Maya, Russell Simmons, and all these people that they see in the eye of social media, which are their celebrity, at a celebrity status, they say, oh, these are my big stars and icons. I can do this if they can do this. So I think that's what they're trending towards, because it's sensationalized.
Well, I think a lot of African Americans are becoming vegan because they are learning more about the health benefits. And I think especially in DC, actually the vegan scene was really dominated and started by African Americans. Most of the vegan restaurants were owned or started by African Americans early on. So for this area, really kind of the pioneers of it, and I think it has just grown in knowledge and information.
Paul Joseph has a rare skin disease called hidradenitis suppurativa. It causes skin inflammation and takes over large areas of the body. The inflammation turns into huge blisters and boils. Joseph stated that by his 30s, it got so bad that he wanted to commit suicide. Most doctors in the US aren't educated about this disease, so he received improper feedback on how to treat it. He started putting ingredients together, experimenting on what exactly can help his rare condition.
I think a lot of Black people are going vegan because there's a movement of young people, particularly like the millennial generation. I'm more towards the tail end of the millennial generation that has more access to information than previous generations before. A lot of our habits in the African American community, of course, are passed down from our experience as slaves in this country. So a lot of things that we do are habitual, like some of the things that we put on our skin, for example, or the foods that we eat, for example. Even our attitudes and beliefs about the world, a lot of those things have been handed down to us. But now that we have the internet, and now that more and more African Americans are going to school, and more African Americans are seeking adventure and traveling and going to other parts of the world, our exposure to alternative lifestyles and to different ways of thinking and being are really expanding. And so I think a lot of it has to do with more knowledge and more education in our community, and really realizing that what we've been doing traditionally isn't quite working.
There are some statistics that we need to be aware of. Okay, so if you think about it, there's 323 million people in the country, and 115 million of those people are diabetic or pre-diabetic. 90% of those people don't know they have prediabetes, and that's particularly in our African American community. Changing the diet and other lifestyle changes can make a big change and prevent diabetes, heart disease, and a lot of cancers.
I do think it's important for African Americans to have a plant-based diet. I don't know if I would say vegan specifically, but I think it would be great if African Americans could go vegan, but I think it's really important to emphasize a plant-based diet, meaning that they should eat more healthier. Instead of eating a lot of food that clogs our arteries, you need to eat more green food, you need to eat more colorful foods basically, and not just eat processed or fast foods.
Some of the benefits are people lose weight, they feel lighter, they feel sharper and faster in their thinking.
You feel better when you eat vegan. You have a lot more energy during the day. You sleep a whole lot better as well.
I wake up early in the morning and I can go to bed late at night and get 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and I'm not sluggish or tired because that's not consuming my body and dead weight with the meat.
All the lutein and then the beta carotene from carrots, I noticed that my vision changed. So a lot of people tend to have to wear glasses in their 40s and things like that, and I noticed that I didn't require glasses anymore. And I also noticed that I was seeing things that, like a small print that I hadn't seen before.
Some of the health benefits I've experienced is clearer skin, actually hair growth. I've experienced just feeling like more energized. You know, I don't feel lazy or sulky or sleepy. I actually feel more energetic. I feel like I want to work out more.
It definitely contributes to giving your skin a nice healthy glow. It definitely helps to maintain your youth. That is a big piece of being a vegan, is that, you know, it definitely continues to give you like a youthful appearance as well. And just overall, like your health and vitality is something that you can feel, and then other people can also see the results on your body as well. So definitely that aspect of it. I don't have to go to the doctor a lot. I don't have, you know, I'm not pre-diabetic or, you know, showing these symptoms of, you know, a bunch of diseases that could possibly be fatal and harmful. When I go to get my physicals and checkups, you know, the doctor's always telling me, you know, you're in optimal health, you know, you're in great shape. You know, for a guy in his mid-30s, you know, you're awesome.
The benefits are through the roof in terms of reversing disease, especially diabetes, and it helped me reverse cancer naturally just by changing to a plant-based diet.
My vegan journey actually started out when I was in high school because I actually ate a really bad meal that had meat in it at one point in time in high school, and I ended up being in a hospital for a week because I got E. coli from that meal. So once that happened, I swore off meat for the rest of my life. So I have not touched meat since I was 16, I believe. Since I was 16 years old, I have not had meat since I was 16, and I started being vegan since then.
After studying so many of these studies, I started to implement in my life. One of my colleagues and I started to try to eat 7 to 10 fruits and vegetables a day. We saw some studies that people that had high rates of plant-based intake felt better and lived longer. So we said, is this possible? If I need to try this myself before I tell my patients to try it. And so we started eating lots of delicious plant-based foods, and then noticed a difference.
Misconceptions about going vegan. Probably the most common one is you won't get enough protein, and that it's really, really hard. So generally, people have believed that we need a ton more protein than we need, and that's mainly because the meat industry has touted that as their main benefit of eating meat is protein, but we don't need nearly as much. Studies show the average American gets about twice as much protein as we actually need, which is hard on the kidneys, causes things like kidney failure and disease and other things like that.
I think the transition should be gradual. However, I think that a lot of it's mind over matter.
What I would say first is, don't say all or nothing. Don't say, oh, I have to be vegan. And try some new plant-based dishes and try things that are fun and tasty. And the most important thing is it has to be what some people say in the culinary medicine world, unapologetically delicious. craveable, because if you're not going to eat something that doesn't taste good.
I think it's just like giving up smoking. Some people need a patch, some people just go cold turkey. It's all in your mind.
Don't say, okay, I'll never have meat again, because that's too hard. So take baby steps.
But to be on this side of the fence, to be able to wear pants again, to have cleared up, this breakout, by about 90 to 95%, just, naturally through eating vegan and, my skincare products, it feels good to know that I've been able to take my health into my own hands and to take my life back.